Hello, hello, hello! Welcome one, welcome all. This is Patrick, of course. I'm your host, and you are very welcome to join me because, of course, tonight, this evening, is a time, it is a time for us to find out the allocation draw for both semi-final 1 and semi-final 2. And I hope you are hearing me loud and clear, and I hope also, if you are watching this, you're able to join me and let me know your thoughts and comments on all things Eurovision semi-final. And of course, we might get a bit of time as well to talk about the songs that we already know about, the ones that have been selected so far or have been revealed, of course, in the case of Slovenia and, of course, France, to name a couple. Benjamin, welcome, welcome, welcome. What are you saying? United Kingdom are the odds favourites to win Eurovision Song Contest this year. The odds seem to be changing up and down, as they will do. I'm just actually going to check this as you say that. The odds, UK have actually, they were down to third, and now they've gone up to second. Interestingly, Ireland are in 13th, which is not unlucky because that's an amazing thing to be saying at this time of the season. Now, of course, you are joining me here live on Facebook and YouTube, not TikTok or Instagram tonight, but live on YouTube and TikTok, as we are going to be looking and seeing what the draw brings to us. So here you can see, whoops, excuse me, that's a bit loud, wasn't it? Here you can see, after that very sharp sound there, here you can see the pots. There's 5 pots in total that the countries will be drawn out from. And also tonight, let's not forget also that there will also be for the Big Five, and also the host country Sweden will be allocated which semi-final they will both broadcast and vote in. Now they will broadcast both semi-finals, of course, but most importantly it will be decided tonight of which semi-final that the UK, France, Spain, Germany and Italy, along with Sweden, will vote in. So in part 1, you can see that we have Albania, Austria, Switzerland, Croatia, Serbia and Slovenia. In part 2, you can see we have Australia, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Iceland and Norway. In part 3, we have Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Israel, Latvia, Lithuania and Ukraine. In part 4, we have Cyprus, Greece, Ireland, Malta, Portugal, San Marino. And in part 5, we have Belgium, Czechia, Luxembourg. Yay, Luxembourg! Didn't think we'd see that again, but Luxembourg are there. And there's the Netherlands, Moldova and Poland, of course. Now, as you will know yourselves, you will know that these pots are decided based upon the voting average, or the voting potential that can happen between each country, and they're to try and maybe diminish that slightly and reduce the likelihood of countries just voting for their favourites. Adam, welcome. It's great to have you here. The United Kingdom hasn't voted in semi-final 1 since 2018 in Lisbon. Now, I am just, while you're doing that, I'm going to, just as you said that, I'm just going to see the allocation draw from last couple of years, to see if there's any similarities between this one tonight and, of course, the last couple. Let's see. So in Eurovision 2023, let's see, hopefully this will be easy to see. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm just looking here. Yeah, so just bear with me. I'm going to just let you see this, my friends. This is, just maybe take this on last year's. So you just bear with me. I'm just going to add the scene for you. ESC 2023 allocation. To see if there's any similarities. Now, of course, some of the countries will not be here, i.e., obviously Romania is not going to be in it this time. Okay, so there we go. Just to let you see this, actually, last year's semi-final, we had, this is last year's semi-final allocation. So you can see there, that was the draw. The first half, second half of semi-final 1, and then second semi-final, the first half and second half as well. Now that's what's going to happen this year as well. Of course, there is the semi-finals allocation, and then they'll show us which half of the semi-final that the countries will be performing in. Do you have a favourite? Do you want to be in semi-final 1 or semi-final 2? Welcome, Vamp Advocate. It's great to have you here. I just like a country that either hasn't won before or hasn't for a while. I think a lot of us are thinking the same, to be honest with you. Nathan Cassidy is in the house. Well, what's happening? We are getting on very well. Ireland to be in the weaker semi-final, please. Do you know what? I am going to say this with a lot of confidence, and if I'm wrong, you can come back and I will eat my hat. But I think this year, I'm not interested or worried about a weak semi-final, because I think that Ireland, I'm pretty confident I'm going to say this, and it's recorded so you can come back at me, but I am very confident in the longest time, probably since 2013, that Ireland will qualify with relative ease. And ideally for me, I think it would be great to see Bambi Thug either open or close a semi-final, and certainly if I was a producer, I don't know many of the songs yet, but certainly if I was a producer, I'd be thinking of Bambi Thug would be a great thing in terms of performance-wise to bring the audience in to start off the semi-final or even end it. So we shall see. Again, just to remind you, here is the pots. If you've just joined us, you're very welcome here. This is Padraig broadcasting live as we await the semi-final draw coming to us live from Sweden. And they'll be deciding, of course, the running order of the semi-finals. Not running order, I beg your pardon. They'll be showing first half or second half for each semi-final, and the countries are in the pot, as you can see there. Who would you want to avoid? Or are you thinking like me, it doesn't matter who is in the semi-final, because Ireland or your country is going to do well anyway? So I'm just writing this all down here so I remember what happens. It's exciting, isn't it? What are your thoughts, by the way, as we're waiting on this? What are your thoughts on what we have so far in terms of songs, in terms of expectations? What are your thoughts about that? Avoid Ukraine at all costs. The Ukraine national final is on this weekend, so Aliona is like the favourite, I think, to win there. But as we have seen countless times, many a time, the favourite to win doesn't always win the semi or their national final. Ukraine will still have their, of course, well, Ukraine will still have their 100% record. I'd be very surprised that if Ukraine doesn't qualify. I think I've listened to all the songs, I've ranked them, and they're all pretty decent, I would say. There's not too many duds in there, I don't think. I am excited to see the national final. Of course, that is happening this Saturday. And just what I'm going to do now for you as well, I'm going to pick up a semi-final in 2022 to see the draw. Just bear with me, I'm going to add this to semi-final allocation 2022. So as I said, if you're just joining me, it's great to have you here. This is Padraig. This is Eurovision 365. I'm your host, and you, my friends, are so welcome to join me, especially as we're going to be viewing the semi-final allocation coming to us from Sweden. Now, it's interesting because what I've noticed, if you've been following the allocation draws over the last number of years, and I certainly have, what tended to happen before was that the allocation draw would be done among a lot of dignitaries and a lot of kind of executive type people, mayors and dignitaries, as I say, from different countries, and that's really cool. But I think what the BBC have started, not just the motto with United by Music, but also the allocation draw itself being held in prime time slot, was quite the masterstroke, I think, from the BBC. It made it more accessible. The BBC brought in like a big audience. There's a lot of fun. There was a lot of joy. It was done very professionally, and of course, Sweden are clearly going to continue that theme. Adam says, it looks like Luxembourg has taken Romania's slot this year. Yes, actually does. That's good though. We needed people to take slots, didn't we? Nathan says, I hope Ireland are in the semi-final with 15 songs. So, just in case you're wondering, here was the allocation draw of 2022. And hopefully you can hear me here on this with the first half, second half, and the second semi-final. You can see there the running order. Ireland won the second semi-final and won the second half. And in 2023, Ireland was in the first semi-final in the first half. Be interesting to see now how it goes. This is the pots for tonight, of course. Galway, hello! Hi, Padraig. I'm like you. I think Ireland can qualify from any position this year, but I would love to get the easier semi for a change if possible. Now, come on. We know the song. We're confident. We have to be confident. We have to be thinking big and great things. Just waiting for this to come on YouTube. Yeah, I think it's just waiting to start. And yeah, it's great to have you here joining me to look at and view the semi-final allocation. How about music, people? What are you thinking? There we are. So, where are you watching this from? Let me know your thoughts and comments as this whole thing goes through. As the draw starts and you see the countries being pulled out of the pots, it's a pretty exciting moment, isn't it? And it's one thing that was done behind closed doors years ago when the draw would have been made around the end of the year preceding. Oh, there we go. I started the music at the wrong time. Just bear with me. What's that noise? Do you hear it? It's hard to miss that, isn't it? So a little throwback, of course, to Eurovision 2023, which is always the way. I'm sure you're watching this along with me on your YouTube or maybe on SVT or BBC iPlayer. They're also hosting it. So it was a bit of a runaway, wasn't it, last year, wasn't it? For Sweden. Hey, Nathan is watching it from apartment in Maynooth University. Well, I'm glad you are keeping us company. Like I said just before this program started, there's that bridge that we're going to be travelling on. How exciting! Oh, there's commentary going on here too. Oh, it's getting exciting. The colours, it's bright, it's chirpy. Yeah, there's Farah, of course. Welcome to Malmo. Liverpool, of course, are being represented at this, and that's the done thing now. We have the kind of crossing over, the key exchange, watching on my phone at work. Pure dedication. That is pure dedication. I love it. Love it. Martin didn't have too far to travel this time round. He'd be loving life. My initial impressions is a smaller crowd than what Liverpool had last year. And of course, it is a good thing that it's in the evening time though. To prime time viewing. So it's just gone 7 p.m. over in Malmo. It's not been that long. Finally back in Malmo. Did you just say that? 2013. Not that long. Exactly. Yeah, I love these moments. So just while they're telling us that it's been such a long time from I was in Malmo, spur a thought for the likes of, I'm going to say, who can we say? Spur a thought for the likes of Germany or for the likes of Malta and Cyprus. They've never had it on their shores. Anyway, here is the 5 pots again. Albania, Austria, Switzerland, Croatia, Serbia and Slovenia are in pot 1. In pot 2 we have Australia, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Iceland and Norway. Pot 3 we have Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Israel, Latvia, Lithuania and Ukraine. Pot 4 we have Cyprus, Greece, Ireland, Malta, Portugal and San Marino. Pot 5 we have Belgium, Czechia, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Moldova, I won't say Monaco there, Moldova and Poland. And don't forget, of course, my lovely Eurovision 365 friends, that tonight we will also learn which semi-final the Big Five and host nation will be voting in. So yeah, I'm just going to write this all down as well to keep us all abreast of what's happening. I knew that. Malmo. So this is quite interesting for any of us who are going to Malmo. Bit of a... Malmo. So yeah, it's exciting for any of us who are going to the Eurovision this year, to give us a bit of a taster, I suppose you could say, of how it's going to be in Malmo. There's the twisting torso, which is quite synonymous with Malmo, isn't it? So if you're just joining me, it's great to have you here. This is Podrick, of course, Eurovision 365, broadcasting live just on Facebook and YouTube tonight, not on the other channels or networks, because well, I keep this a wee bit more localized tonight. And we are, of course, going to be watching and reacting to the semi-final draw allocation this year. I won't be able to make it to Sweden this year. I'm really sorry to hear that, Adam, but hopefully with us being in Malmo, in whatever capacity, you will have a feel of what the contest and experience is like. So this is a throwback to Eurovision 1982. The Alle Flickor did the little dance. There is Harold and Lydia, who were the presenters in 1982. Christer Björkman, of course, not many people know that Christer Björkman sang and performed for host nation Sweden in 1992 and came, I think, second last or something like that, with a song called I morgon är en annan dag, which means tomorrow's another day. Very, very pretty song, but maybe too stiff for to do better. So of course it was a throwback I say, it's only 11 years ago from Malmo hosted in 2013. Denmark of course won. Will Denmark win again in Sweden? Malmo was actually, they mentioned Linda Martin there, but Malmo was actually a very good place for Ireland over the years. Malmo, when it was hosted in '92, Ireland won of course. Ryan Dolan qualified for the final in 2013. Didn't do as well as he should have, but nevertheless a qualification was a good thing to have. Malmo. Of course, absolutely right that they should be saluting Loreen. Not many people win a Eurovision one time, never mind two times, so she is right to be applauded. So what I'm going to do over this is, hopefully you can see this as it's happening. I will be writing down. Oops, Norway's not in there. That was a tester. We didn't know where Norway's going to be yet. But I will hopefully get this all written down for you. I'm writing it down with a good old-fashioned paper and pen here as the results come through, as the allocation draw commences and starts. Okay, so it's interesting. Do you know what I think? I always think these allocation draws give us a sense of the personality of the host nation, of the host city, the kind of feel that the contest is going to have. She's So yeah, so we're handing over the keys from Liverpool to Malmo. We have a lot to do, you're right, for us, so can we get on with it? Again, while they're doing that, this is the pots, semi-final pots, where each country is in. We have Albania, Austria, Switzerland, Croatia, Serbia, Slovenia in pot 1. Pot 2, Australia, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Iceland and Norway. Pot 3, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Israel, Latvia, Lithuania and Ukraine. Pot 4, Cyprus, Greece, Ireland, Malta, Portugal, San Marino. And in pot 5 we have Belgium, Czechia, Luxembourg, yay! Moldova, Netherlands and Poland. Okay, so they're doing, this is really interesting. So Spain, they did like a quite quirky little thing into this. This is the order of the draw. Going out to the streets in Malmo and invited a variety of different people to choose an envelope which contains a country, and this is the big five plus the host nation in terms of how they're going to be drawn out in this next part, which will be deciding which semi-final they vote in. Good morning from Australia. Good morning to Australia. It's great to have you here as always. Welcome, Alan. Okay, so the second semi-final. Yeah. Sweden. Sweden will vote in the first semi-final. United Kingdom is going to vote in the first semi-final. Italy, Spain in the second semi-final. France is next. I actually hope Ireland gets into the first semi-final. So in the first semi-final, Sweden, UK and Germany will vote. In the second semi-final, Spain, Italy and France will vote. Adam, welcome. It will be interesting to see how many countries vote for Luxembourg that haven't competed with them before since they left in '83. Be interesting, okay. I'm not sure how amazing they'll do given the song they have. I think it's a sort of mediocre song, if I'm being honest with you. But we will see. Now. That's a good question, actually. Do you know what? The Max, welcome. I don't think you've commented here before, but you're so welcome to be here. It's good to have you here. It's something you're echoing what I've said in before as well. It does not matter what semi-final Ireland are in. Finally, we will get to the final. I am super confident that Ireland is going to qualify to the final. And to be honest with you, the mood in Dublin after the national final on Friday just gone, it was fantastic. It was such a positive feeling around fans, around Bombay, and the sentiment is continuing. And Bombay's getting a lot of airplay as well, and a lot of airtime has been played on BBC Radio 1, never mind RTE Radio 1, and I think that bodes very well. So the Max, thanks for being here. Alan says mediocre songs have won before. That's so true. So not too. Oh. If you just joined me, it's great to have you here. I am Portic, of course. I'm your host, and you, my friends, are so welcome because I am reacting and not reacting, kind of watching the semi-final allocation draw. You may be watching that from your own in your own destination, and that's really cool. But if you're able to join me and chat about this allocation draw, that'll be fantastic. So what we know already is that Sweden, the United Kingdom and Germany will all vote in semi-final 1. Spain, Italy and France will all vote in semi-final 2. What we're about to find out now is which half of which semi-final the nations included in these pots here will be drawn. And that, of course, is the whole point of tonight. Oh, thanks very much, Max. It's great to have you here. I really appreciate that. It's great to have you here, and I hope you can join us. And actually, this will be there's going to be so many live events here on the channel going forward. We have looking forward. There is going to be obviously national finals coming. We have the Benidorm Fest happening. The Benidorm Fest starts tonight as well. Morning, evening, depending where you're living at. Alan, will be sort of early morning for you, mid-afternoon for you, I guess, whenever it happens. But we will be going live across that, and there's a lot of things happening between now and the Eurovision that you, the Max, and everyone for that matter are very welcome to join me and us in. And do be a part of the community. Also, just speaking of the community, coming up very soon, the next week or so, I'm going to start a little thing called the Eurovision 365 Fan Panel. That name probably will change, I would say. But it's just basically a group of Eurovision fans, along with me, who will be coming to chat about the national finals, the songs, what we know so far. Just so it's not just me talking at you. So we get a lot more of you included and involved in this channel. And what I can say is someone who has confirmed who will take part in one of the chats, the panel, is someone who was at the Irish national final 2 years ago. Okay, so I think we're about ready to start actually. Morton is looking a little bit serious, isn't he? I suppose this is a serious moment. So there'll be 15 countries, I'm sure you're watching this, but there'll be 15 countries in the first semi-final and 16 in the second.
Will perform in the second half. But following a request from the Israeli broadcaster Khan, the Eurovision Song Contest reference group has approved to allocate Israel to the second semi-final due to a Memorial Day in Israel. Okay.
So Israel will definitely be in the second semi-final, and that has been approved by the EBU reference group.
Second semi-final, Israel will perform in. So here we have 8 roles with first.
I really hope these 4 countries return in 2025. Slovakia, yes. North Macedonia, yes. Romania, yes. Montenegro, yes. Oh, right. Oh, hang on. I'm missing this.
Second half of the second semi-final.
Okay.
Well, that was fun. I feel like doing this another 31 times or so. Shall we begin? Absolutely. In front of me, I have
So Israel will be in the second half of this. I think that's right.
the countries are divided based
In the second semi-final.
We want the competition to be as fair as possible, and one way is to make sure that countries that tend to vote for each other are spread out.
Countries that tend to vote for each other will be split up.
With semi-final 1, I will draw 1 role from each of these bowls, and here we go.
Here we go.
Country, Slovenia.
Slovenia is the first country announced.
This year, Raven will sing Veronica, and you will perform in the second half of the first semi-final.
Slovenia is in the first semi-final in the second half.
Iceland.
Iceland.
As the most successful Eurovision song that never competed in Eurovision because of the pandemic, you will perform in the second half of the first semi-final.
Iceland is in the second half of the first semi-final. Ukraine.
Ukraine has qualified for the grand final
Every time.
every single time they have competed. That's actually better than Sweden. You will perform in the first half of the first semi-final.
So Ukraine will be in the first half of the first semi-final.
Cyprus.
Cyprus.
Cyprus will compete this year with Laya, and you will perform in the first half of the first semi-final.
So Cyprus are also in the first half of the first semi-final.
Poland.
Poland.
Poland came second the very first year they competed in 1994. You will perform in the first half of the first semi-final.
Okay.
Let's move on to the second semi-final.
Second semi-final now.
The first country in the second semi-final is Austria.
Austria.
Austria. This year's song is called We Will Rave, and you will perform that in the first half of the second semi-final. Estonia. Estonia.
Welcome everybody.
2001 with the song Everybody. You will perform in the second half of the second semi-final. Georgia. Georgia. No wins in the big contest yet. You will perform in the second half of the second semi-final.
Okay.
Malta.
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 Malta's in the second semi-final.
So close with 2 silver medals. You will perform in the first half of the second semi-final.
Malta were in the first half of the first semi-final last year.
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Netherlands. 5 times winner. Maybe this year as well. We don't know yet. You will perform in the second half of the second semi-final.
Okay.
Now it's time for the first semi-final again.
So back to the first semi-final again. Don't worry, I will be repeating these. You're probably watching this yourselves, but we will come back. Serbia.
They competed as Serbia was 2007. Here we go. You will perform in the first half of the first semi-final. Finland.
Finland.
Cha, cha, cha. You will perform in the second half of the first semi-final.
Finland in the
Lithuania.
first
Lithuania,
semi-final again.
still waiting for top 5, but almost makes it to the grand final almost every time. You will perform in the first half of the first semi-final. Portugal.
Portugal.
Portugal tried 54 times before they finally won in 2017. You will perform in the second half of the first semi-final. 54 times. That's a lot. That's a lot. They won eventually. They did. They did. Luxembourg.
Luxembourg.
I think they have waited 31 years. Welcome back to the contest after 31 years. Now you will perform in the second half of the first semi-final.
So Luxembourg
Second semi-final. Yes.
are in the first semi-final in the second half. Switzerland.
Switzerland won the very first competition in 1956, and with Celine Dion as well. You will perform in the first half of the second semi-final.
Writing these all down. I'm sure you are too.
Norway.
No, yeah.
Norway. You know, I could do this all night. Me too.
Yeah.
You will have the record for the most lost places and the biggest winning margin of even with Alexander Rybak. You will perform in the second half of the second semi-final.
Second semi-final is looking tough. Well, is it? I don't know. Latvia.
Here we go. The second half of the second semi-final. Greece.
Greece.
Greece became number one with My Number One, 2005. The first half of the second semi-final.
Greece are in the first half of the second semi-final. Czechia.
Czechia. This year, Aiko will represent Czechia with the song Pedestal, and you will perform in the first half of the second semi-final. Brazil will get the board. In the first semi-final, we will enjoy these 10 countries' performances.
Okay, so they are just reminding us of what's been selected so far
Like right now,
in the first and second semi-final.
continue the draw. The last countries in the first semi-final. Yes.
Back to the first semi-final now.
And here we have Croatia.
Croatia.
Croatia. You will perform in the first half of the first semi-final. Australia.
Australia.
Australia has yet to win, but wouldn't it be nice to go to Sydney? Yes. It
I would go to Sydney.
second half of the first semi-final. Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. Yeah, a nice way to say that. Forever a magic city to Sweden, because that's where Loreen won for the first time. The second half of the first semi-final.
Ireland is going to be in the first semi-final too.
The only other country to win 7 times. We're coming for you. The first half.
Ireland is in the first half. Doesn't really matter.
Okay, the last country in the first semi-final. I only have one. Yes.
Moldova.
And Moldova. You will perform in the second half of the first semi-final.
First semi-final looking pretty interesting.
Second semi-final. This is fun, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty hard. It's quite hard. We have been practicing a lot. A lot. Albania. Albania. It's a special thing. You have to take the roll and roll it out the right
Just
way.
Open
Albania.
it.
You're doing the first half of the second semi-final. Denmark.
Denmark.
Denmark. They won the last time we were in Malmö, so no pressure. You will perform in the first half of the second semi-final. Armenia. Armenia. Last year you competed with Future Lover.
Just open it.
The first half of the second semi-final. 2 countries left. Yes. If you're a genius, you know which countries. I'm not. And I have 2 rolls here.
San Marino.
San Marino. Say
Belgium.
And Belgium, one of the founding countries of Eurovision, won in 1986. Were you born then? No. I don't think you were. Sandra Kim. Were you born then? Yes, I was. Absolutely. Second half of the second semi-final.
Right.
And we are done. This
That's
is
it.
what we can look forward to in the first semi-final on a later live.
So in the first semi-final, the first semi-final is looking like the most interesting one already, isn't it? But I am very confident that Ireland is going to do amazing. Now, I hope this music isn't too loud for you. Let me know if it is. Now, so this here was, of course, the pots, the semi-final pots that you have been watching, obviously, in Malmo, or if you've been watching with me, that's been great. So just a reminder then, in semi-final 1, the first half we have Ukraine, Cyprus, Poland, Serbia, Lithuania, Croatia and Ireland. In the second half we have Slovenia, Iceland, Finland, Portugal, Luxembourg, Australia, Azerbaijan and Moldova. That looks like a pretty strong semi-final. Just looking at the countries, Ukraine have always qualified. I would expect them to do so again based on the songs that they have in their national final. Serbia have a really strong record as well. Ireland, yeah, I think Ireland's going to qualify. I'm very confident Finland will be wanting to do big things. Azerbaijan, they've got a good record, a decent record as well. Australia, Moldova, whoever. Actually, do you know what? Moldova is one of those countries that people don't really notice. But they do really well. They do really well. So semi-final 2, we have Austria, Malta, Switzerland, Greece, Czechia, Albania, Denmark and Armenia in the first half. And we have in the second half, we have Israel. That was agreed by the EBU reference group that they would have that then, or would have them in that semi-final. And we have Estonia, Georgia, Netherlands, Norway, Latvia, San Marino and Belgium all joining that nation. Now let's remind ourselves as well in the semi-final 1 even, that Sweden, UK and Germany will all vote in that semi-final. That's good news for Ireland as well. And in semi-final 2, Spain, Italy and France will vote in that one. Nathan Cassidy, you are asking, what do we think? I'm happy. I'm happy as well, actually. And do you know what? I think I always say this actually, but I actually think that it's better to be in the first semi-final if you're performing. And the reason I am saying that is because if you qualify for the final on the Tuesday, you have a bit of time then before Friday comes along, and then there's the rehearsals for the final. If you're in the second semi-final, you're practicing on, you know, you've got this all day Thursday, you're working at that, you know, and then you go straight in to rehearsals for the final, and then Saturday, it's really 3 days on the trot that you're asked to give, maybe not your all for the sort of family shows, but it's still a performance, and there is a level of adrenaline that was going to be running through a body. Semi-final 1, there are 15 countries, so it will be very unfortunate for the 5 countries that don't make it through to the final. And in semi-final 2, there are 16 nations taking part. So yeah, the Max, thanks again for your comment. Happy to be in semi-final 1 already. Looking forward to the final. Are you going to Sweden, the Max? I can see Sweden give us a few points, and Finland, maybe even Iceland. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if Germany's going to give Ireland, I would say, a lot of points as well, I'd imagine. Alan Bond says semi-final 1 is Scandinavian heavy. It actually is. We have... Where is it? Is it? Semi-final 1? I would say it's semi-final 2. Oh, I don't know. Semi-final 1, we've got Finland, I suppose. Ireland. Oh, I suppose Iceland. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get what you mean. Get what you mean now. Woohoo! Hello, Lily Catherine. Great to have you here. Velkommen från norra Irland. Du är så välkommen till Eurovision 365. Woohoo! So happy Norway got a great draw, and I hope Ireland will qualify too. I definitely think. I don't think first half matters as they won't perform early. I actually would love Bombi Thug to open the semi-final. To be honest with you, Dylan, I didn't even see your comment there. Dylan Fitzsimmons, welcome. I think this is your first time here at the channel. It's great to have you here. Do you think Bombi will open the show? I would love that to happen. Bombi and Slovenia, similar songs in the same semi-final. Couldn't disagree more. I have to be honest with you. With respect, I disagree completely because Slovenia is a bit more operatic, but I think that if Gota gets across to... Is Norway in the first semi-final or second? Let me see. My rating's terrible. Norway's in the second semi-final. My bigger fear will come from Gota should they go across and represent Norway. I think that's a bit more aligned to Bombi. But Bombi has told us actually yesterday that they are going to make a performance that has, quote, never been seen at Eurovision before. Leslie Roy said that once as well, to be fair. But anyway, Ireland, oh, why you just said that. So let me know your thoughts, everybody, on what you are, what you're thinking about this semi-final draw. I'm still hoping that we send Kino. I don't like Gota. Well, Kino actually didn't get the best draw, did they? Opening. I actually love AI. I love my AI. I've got to be honest with you. That's right up my street. Nathan says Ireland and Lithuania both qualified in 2018. That was 19 songs in it. Yeah, that's the thing. What else? Who else? It's great to have all these comments. It's great to have you here. Marius, thank you so much for being here. I do believe that Slovenia and Finland are in the final already. Yeah, I think Ireland are also in the final already. The Max, Sweden, Germany and the UK will get our song choice, so we'll get good votes from them. Germany, the Lord of the Lost actually has totally endorsed Bombi Thug. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but they have totally endorsed Bombi Thug and are rooting for them at the contest. Liam, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much. Ireland will open the show. I think I would do that. I think if we are in spot 01, we should be excited for the performance. Also, UK, Sweden, Germany should give Ireland some points. Be very surprised if they don't. All three, Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia in the same final. Yeah, and I suppose that's an interesting point. Just going to show that again. Because obviously, you know, we as fans always get thrown at us. Eurovision is so political, yada, yada, yada. And to a degree, it is. But I suppose what I would take from that comment, Adam, for me when I read it, is that, well, because the semi-finals are televote only, there is that potential for that to happen and that to make an impact on who goes through and who doesn't. But I'd be very surprised if people didn't vote for Ireland. Let's see. Lily Catherine. Kano defying the odds of winning from first. Maybe. I know. Hoping for the miracle. Well, good at Greece and Cyprus in separate shows. Lisa is saying, good evening from Dublin. Good evening from Tyrone. How are you getting on? And this time UK can vote for Ireland. Yeah, let's hope UK does vote for Ireland this time. Let me see. When is this up yet? Just trying to see if we can get... yeah, I think we do. Just bear with me. This is from Eurovision World, who, if you don't follow Eurovision World or don't know their website, I totally suggest that you do that. Semi-final 2024 allocation. And yes, I talk whilst I'm typing. Sometimes, not all the time, just sometimes. Just want to show this to you, my lovely Eurovision 365 friends. Oops, wrong one. see. There we go. So here is, thankfully, Eurovision World have done this for us, and very kindly, they have now got up the semi-final allocation. Rather me just reading it out to you, you can see that. So semi-final 1 has Croatia. They've done this in alphabetical order now, not the order they were drawn. In semi-final 1 we have Croatia, Cyprus, Ireland, Lithuania, Poland, Serbia, Ukraine, Australia, Azerbaijan, Finland, Iceland, Luxembourg, Moldova, Portugal and Slovenia. Then semi-final 2 we have Albania, Armenia, Austria, Czechia, Denmark, Greece, Malta, Switzerland. Semi-final 2 we have Belgium in the second half, of course. Belgium, Estonia, Georgia, Israel, Latvia, Netherlands, Norway and San Marino. What are you saying? What are you saying, folks? Serbia's diaspora, I can almost talk. It's lit. Serbia's diaspora will vote from Germany. Lisa says, I'm very disappointed in the choice that was put forward for Eurovision. I'm hoping that we don't get through to the final. Really? Tell me more. Why is that? Tell me. Good evening from Maynard. Good evening to you as well. Little Catherine says, do you think Norway will close the semi-final? Or maybe they won't do because we got to open last year with Alessandra. Hard to tell. I think it all depends on the song choice, doesn't it? So what else are you lovely people saying? Adam is saying, I think Australia and Armenia still have to announce their song selection methods. Yeah, there is actually some talk that perhaps Dami Eam could be the performer for Australia. That'd be quite the coup, wouldn't it? Aaron Ward, thank you so much for being here. I think it's your first time. If it's not, I'm really sorry, but it's great to have you here. Feeling on Ireland's draw, I think it's great. I think being in the first semi-final is handy because if you do qualify to the final, you get a few days rest, hopefully a couple of days rest, and then you're back at it again. And also favouring for Ireland, we have Sweden, UK and Germany voting. That's not to say we can rely on those nations voting for us, but what I can tell you is back in the day, Luxembourg were a nation that historically voted for Ireland, a lot. Maybe didn't always give them top marks, but certainly Luxembourg could be relied upon to give some favours to Ireland in terms of voting. Liam says, I really don't think semi-final 1 is as much as a bloodbath as people are making it out to be, as we don't really know any of the songs yet. Much happier Ireland is in semi-final 1. Yeah, I think it's a bit early to be talking about bloodbaths. Again, probably that's based upon the country names rather than the country songs. But yeah, we have to wait to the songs. There's loads of comments coming here. I'm going to read them all, so thank you for keeping them coming. If the group wins again, will they open Eurovision once again? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping for... Well, I want to see what Lithuania National Final brings because I've heard a lot of really cool songs from Lithuania, so I'm interested to see what's going to be in that national final. Mario says Ukraine is securing spot... Sorry. Ukraine is securing a spot too easily. I don't know about that. But I would imagine that Ukraine, based on the songs that are in their national final, will be, again, pretty confident that they will qualify. I was surprised Iceland was on top of Eurovision World betting on us last week. I think it's because of one of the performers, Adam, that's in the semi-final. Sorry, in the national final, I should say. The Max says, sorry Lisa, do not agree with you. It would be the best performance Ireland has set in years. Do you know what? I genuinely mean this. This is the first time since about 2013 that I have been confident that Ireland will qualify. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't overly confident that Ryan O'Shaughnessy would qualify. I'm super happy that he did. But prior to this, seeing the staging, I wasn't overly confident, but I'm obviously glad that he did. Luxembourg Choice is a good one and had luck to be drawn in second half. Absolutely. I think it's a mediocre song myself, being honest with you. Adam says, interesting that Luxembourg is in separate semi-final to its close neighbours Belgium and Netherlands. That is, my friend, the luck of the draw, quite literally. And speaking of the draw, here it is again, the semi-final, the first half. Semi-final 1, we have in alphabetical order, we have Croatia, Cyprus, Ireland, Lithuania, Poland, Serbia and Ukraine. In the second half, we have Australia, Azerbaijan, Finland, Iceland, Luxembourg, Moldova, Portugal and Slovenia. In semi-final 2 then, we have in alphabetical order again. In the first half, we have Albania, Armenia, Austria, Czechia, Denmark, Greece, Malta and Switzerland. And in the second semi-final, we have Belgium, Estonia, Georgia, Israel, Latvia, Netherlands, Norway and San Marino. Fun times ahead, people. Fun times ahead. Keep your thoughts coming as well, of course. I'm excited to see and hear what you have to say about this. So, little Catherine, thank you so much again for commenting. Keep them coming. You're keeping me company, and that's great. Norway only has Denmark to rely on for usually some good votes. I'm a little bit concerned about that. I would not be so concerned because your MGP is pretty strong, I would say. I'm concerned Ireland, Slovenia and Poland are in the same semi-final. There could be 3 witches to choose from. Yeah, well, I think Raven's song is about someone who could have been tried as a witch. I think Raven herself is very operatic, whereas Bambi is such a unique performer. And of course on RTE Radio 1 just yesterday, Bambi was saying that they were going to make a performance that has never been seen at Eurovision before. So we'll wait and see what that's like. Has Cyprus and Ireland been in the same semi-final for 5 years in a row, or am I wrong? I'd have to check that out. Adam Greenan, you're usually pretty good at this type of stuff on the cuff. I'd have to go back, Nathan, and check that one out. Adam may check that. Perhaps, I'm not sure. But I can show you the last couple of years. Let's have a look here. So semi-final, this was a semi-final allocation draw from 2023. Here it is. So semi-final 1 last year had Norway, Malta, Serbia. Serbia's in this first half again of the first semi-final. What else is similar? Azerbaijan again is in the second half of the first semi-final. Iceland and Ireland are avoiding each other again. That's so interesting. The second semi-final last year, we seen that what's happened? Denmark again is in the second semi-final first half, as is Armenia, as is Greece actually. The second half of the second semi-final sees, let's see, Belgium, San Marino again, the second half of the second semi-final. And in 2022, just because we're talking about this so you can see, in 2022 this was the semi-final. It's amazing how a couple of years has changed. There's 15 songs in semi-final 1 this year and 16 in semi-final 2. So again, Ukraine was in the first semi-final in 2022. as was Portugal, the second half again in semi-final, in 2022. And Moldova were in the first semi-final of 2022 as well. The second semi-final, we have an interesting mix. But then coming back to this year, you can see again for 2024, this is the allocation draw for 2023. Hello Anne, you're very welcome. If Keno and Baby Lasagna get through, they are in different semis, both fabulous and winning contenders, and won't confuse the lyrics. Little Catherine, Ireland and Serbia, Azerbaijan have the same draws. Yes. Oh, thanks so much for being here, the Max. Great to have you here. I hope to see you again. Very much so. You're very welcome back. Thanks for subscribing as well. I really appreciate that. And I hope to see you on Vågen till Malmo, which is the road to Malmo. Let's see, what else are we saying here? Adam Green, I don't think that's over yet. Iceland and Finland both are still potentially withdrawing if the broadcasters respect their artists' wishes. So let's get a wee bit of music on. So what other thoughts have you got? Who's a winner? Who would you say is a winner in the semi-final allocation draw? Who would you say, excuse me, is less fortunate when it comes to the semi-final draw? I would say a winner in the semi-final draw is probably, I'd say Norway, actually. I think Norway is quite the winner from this. I also would say that maybe less fortunate is potentially, let's see, not Malta. Perhaps, I was going to say a country in semi-final one, but you know what? There's a lot of strong names there in terms of potential entrants. Semi-final 2 potentially was what you might call as the better semi-final. But if you have a great song, you don't care which semi-final you are because you're confident that you're going to do well, and that comes across on TV. That the show, the feeling amongst the fans, amongst the community, is that regardless of where you're at or which semi-final you're at, you will go through. Do you think anybody in Ukraine will be thinking, "Oh, this is a bad draw for Ukraine"? Of course they won't, because they're confident that they have good songs. Little Catherine, I think Norway definitely won. Yeah, I think so. With the second half draw, even if we send the ball, that could be a nice switch of pace in the second half of the semi-final. Hardy, hey, welcome. Welcome to our friends in Eurovision. Only Azerbaijan and Ireland didn't qualify last year from this year's semi-final one, not including Luxembourg. Thank you so much. Great to have you here, guys. Adam says, it's very difficult to tell this early stage, but Ukraine is most likely to keep their 100% qualification record. It is early, but based on their, I suppose, the songs that they have in their national final, I would say that they're confident they're going to go through. I would say. And again, Nathan's just echoing there. I think it's a great draw for Ireland. As I was saying, even before today, it doesn't matter if Ireland's in a weak, so-called weak semi-final. Ireland has a class act, and I'm so confident, like I haven't been since 2013, that Ireland's going to qualify. And if I was a producer, knowing now this song, I suppose you don't know all the songs, but knowing what I know so far, I would definitely have Bambi Thug opening the semi-final. 100%. 100%. And starting and opening the semi-final is not always a bad thing. It's usually a good thing. So I would imagine, well, I would hope to see Ireland opening the semi-final. Ireland would be an interesting one to open the first show with for sure. Yeah, you see. So just to remind you as well, this is in alphabetical order, the allocation draw for semi-final 1 and semi-final 2. Shall we have a bit of music? Yes, we shall. Let's see what we will have. This seems appropriate. Norway would love to welcome Era back to the grand final and maybe even award some televotes points there. Absolutely. I think that's a really good thing because I think in terms of who's voting in semi-final 1, especially Sweden, UK and Germany is great news. Don't know if you've seen this, I don't know if you already heard me say this, but Lord of the Lost, of course, who represented Germany last year with Blood and Glitter, they have totally endorsed Bambi Thug. So I think that bodes very well for Ireland. Of course, UK Bambi Thug song has already been played and aired on RTE Radio 1 and has been showcased there, and that's a great platform for Bambi Thug to be on. So that will hopefully increase the interest and increase the awareness of Bambi Thug. Now, there are all countries taking part at the semi-final, so I don't want to just be concentrating on Ireland, so I'm very aware of that, but I am coming from an Irish perspective, of course. But I think Serbia will be ones to watch as well. I think Ukraine, clearly. Croatia, I'm not so sure, but I haven't heard their songs yet, so I'm going to make a ranking of those songs very soon. Probably have to do that very soon. Azerbaijan, I haven't heard a lot about Azerbaijan, but I'm hoping to hear something amazing from them. And Australia would be interesting. Could Dami Eam be back at Eurovision? There is some whispers about that. If that's the case, it could be game over. It's great to see Luxembourg back at the contest as well. And also, I think, as I was saying before, traditionally and historically, whenever Luxembourg were in the Eurovision Song Contest, they would traditionally have been favourable towards Ireland. Has that changed after 31 years? We'll wait and see. I hope Latvia and Georgia qualify as well. I hope to hear the songs, so it will be interesting. Yet again, Georgia in the second show, not being the first one since 2019. Yeah, I remember them in 2022. And obviously, yeah, last year as well. So it's great to see them. I suppose they're probably comfortable there. Nathan has asked a question about how we feeling for Malta. Lily Catherine saying Nathan Cassidy, Malta is looking more promising. I would agree with that. Not like last time in Malmo 2013 when Denmark and Norway were kept in separate semi-finals. Yeah, Norway and Denmark in the same semi-final is a good thing. They don't have Sweden and Iceland to have vote for them in that semi-final. And let's remember, this is of course 100% tele-voting in the semi-finals, which I think is a good thing. I think there's a place for it. I think it's really important. I also think the juries are very important for the final, very much so. Henry White, welcome Henry, it's great to have you here. Austria we will rave is a great opener to semi-final too. Let's hope it's not a bit akin to Halo in terms of performance. I love that song, by the way, on track. Norway hopefully won't not qualify in Sweden again like 2016. Yes, of course. I was there at Eurovision 2016. I do remember that song. Not qualifying. And Denmark actually didn't... Denmark, am I right? Denmark, yeah. Am I right? Yeah, Denmark didn't qualify in 2016 either. Ooh, interesting. However, in Malmo 2013, Norway and Denmark qualified. Of course, Denmark won. And Malmo isn't just good news for Norway and Denmark because In Malmo 1982, Ireland won with Linda Martin. Our own Belfast-born Linda Martin, and of course in 2013 we had Ryan qualify too. I loved Icebreaker in 2016 and was surprised it didn't make the final. Yeah, 2016 was a very strong year. It's actually, when people ask me, I've been to, this will be my 6th Eurovision now coming up, like actual attendance. And when people ask me what my favourite Eurovision experience was, I always say Eurovision 2016, just for the overall package, because for me at least, everything's subjective, but for me at least, the songs were fantastic. The presenters then were fantastic as well. Stage was fantastic. Little postcards were really cool. The Euro Club was absolutely amazing. And a lot of Baraka was drunk, let me tell you. Other things are available. But yeah, it was fantastic. A great experience overall. Liverpool was brilliant in its own... Every Eurovision has its own unique memory and standout moments. But overall for me, Eurovision 2016 was fantastic. And I'm expecting Eurovision 2024 to be something similar. Because it's not like they haven't hosted in a long time or haven't hosted before. It was really interesting the way they opened the semi-final allocation, because they were saying like, oh, at last you're back, or words to that effect. And like, spare thought for Iceland, spare thought for Cyprus, for Malta. It's like, it's only been, what 2016 when you last hosted. So, but I get it. There's obviously a lot of excitement in Malmo. And it was quite cute the way they showed us around the town of Malmo, and it was quite cool the way they got the kids or random people in the street to draw out the order of which the Big Five plus Sweden would be drawn for which semi-final they would vote in. Yes, I'd seen that, little Catherine. I remember that very well, actually. I really felt for her as well. I really, really did. My favourite was Turin 2022. Great food. Oh my goodness, the food! The food! Be still, my big belly! Yes! And weather, yeah. Very, very, very good weather. And followed very closely by Liverpool. Liverpool was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love the unique central stage design this year. Yes, it's going to be very immersive. Very, very immersive. And yeah, look, people! Just about here is where the Irish fans are going to be. Yes. You watching Benidorm semi-final 1 yet? Later, I certainly am. But before that, I'm going to go to badminton, believe it or not. It doesn't start to, is it 10 to 10 our time, I think? Is that right? Let me just double check. What time is Benidorm Fest on? Just bear with me. Semi-final 1. It starts at 10 to 10. Wow, okay, so 10 to 10, quite late on. So I will be back from badminton in time for that. That's fun. I'm expecting news about changes to the voting ratio, 50-50 for this final this year. In Norway, I think it's 60-40. I think I'm correct in saying that. Night Shift Calls, thanks for the chat, and you are always welcome here. We'll be back again on Saturday. Broadcast, not sure of the actual broadcast schedule yet, because obviously there's a lot of sort of finals going on. So we will be live for sure throughout the entirety of Benidorm Fest. Yes, and that will be promoted very soon on the network, Eurovision 365 network. So keep an eye and an ear out for that, and I hope to see you then on. But yes, have a good time at work, and thanks for joining as always. So one more reminder. Here it is. This is the order for the semi-finals. The allocation has happened. If you're waiting on the allocation to happen, you're too late, because it's already happened. Look at this. So yes, we have Croatia, Cyprus, Ireland, Lithuania, Poland, Serbia, Ukraine in the first half of semi-final 1. In the second half of semi-final 1 we have Australia, Azerbaijan, Finland, Iceland, Luxembourg, Moldova, Portugal, Slovenia. Semi-final 2 we have Albania, Armenia, Austria, Czechia, Denmark, Greece, Malta and Switzerland in the first half. And in the second half we have Belgium, Estonia, Georgia, Israel, Latvia, the Netherlands, Norway and San Marino. So maybe back later for Benidorm if I don't fall asleep. Well, I'll not be live later for Benidorm Fest. I will be live on the final of Benidorm Fest for sure. And there's going to be a lot more content coming out on the channel between now and then. So keep an eye on an ear, and actually a really exciting interview coming up very soon, the next day or two, which I'm excited to share with you. It's how should I say it? It's someone who is probably maybe a favourite in their nation to win their national selection and go to Eurovision. So keep an eye and an ear out for that. That's coming this week as well. Plus a lot more like rankings, etc, 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 as Sinead Mulvey would say. Do you think it's fair Israel gets put in second half? Now, always, actually, this is not a new thing, Henry. The EBU reference group in the last number of years have always had requests from nations to be placed in a particular semi-final due to maybe like national holidays or remembrance days in Israel's case this year, and that by and large has always been agreeable. And I think as well that the EBU reference group, sorry I say it again, the EBU reference group is a group of like lots of different nations taking part and lots of different representatives, so they collectively have agreed that. So whether I think it's fair or not is irrelevant. It's what has been agreed. I do believe that the biggest winners from semi-final 1 draw are Poland. Interesting. Almost every important country that got huge parts of our diaspora. Croatia, Slovenia and Serbia. Balkan semi-final. Yeah, that's a good point. Is just closing semi-final 2? Ooh. Norway could close semi-final 2, actually, depending on what gets selected. Lila. Don't know what that's about. Mario says, also semi-1 is looking so much more competitive. It actually is. I've heard someone already say that it's a bloodbath, but if you're confident in your song, it shouldn't matter. Thanks, Henry. Thanks for understanding my comment there. Okay. Gajos, I hope I'm saying that right. Please tell me if I've said your name wrong, but I think I'm right in saying this is your first time here. If it is, you're very, very welcome here to join me as we've been talking about the allocation draw. All the Baltics could have been in the same semi. They could have been. Yeah, Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania's in the other one. Yeah, I get you. I think Norway or Netherlands might close the semi, yeah, but we shall see what Norway chooses. It's very possible that the ballad is a bit of a threat no one sees. It's a nice ballad, for sure. My personal favourite, I love Kano, but my personal favourite is My AI, because it's just so much fun, isn't it? And I think as well, little Catherine, you might be able to tell me this or clarify this about the rumours, but I think I'm right in saying that Gota, who is one half of Subwoofer, is apparently rumoured to be the individual inside that robot. If that were the case, I think it'd be the first time ever that a person appeared on stage at Eurovision twice, but in costume, in camouflage. Yes, so you see you're with me in that one as well. My AI for the win, 100%. See, little Catherine, people outside of Norway are liking that. MGP, I actually really enjoy the MGP National Final. It's right up there for me. UMK is great as well, love UMK. Just everything about it is fantastic. But MGP is really, really good. Gota is super. He actually is. Yes, he's trying his best to deny. I don't think he's in the costume though. It's just his voice then doing it. I bet you he is. I bet you he's in that costume. I bet you. That'd be so fun. Hoping that Here to Stay will win the semi tonight. Yes, of course we have the first semi-final of Bindong Fest. I'm just having a look at this here. So Lyrica is opening the first semi-final with 8 songs, of course, in this one, and 8 songs in the second semi-final, which is happening on the 1st of February. So that's Thursday. So tonight, just like Eurovision, I suppose, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So Astronauta will be opening that. And my personal favourite is actually, this will be no surprise after my AI potentially, but Zora from Nebulosa is my personal favourite of that one. I have a feeling that Tuta Gold is going to be our winner, Milano 2025. Really? Time will tell. Let's see what else is happening in Spain. By the way, if you've been joining me, thank you so much for being here. Broadcasting now 1 hour and 25 minutes almost. Broadcasting live here on Facebook and YouTube. Just the 2 channels tonight. We'll be on TikTok. For sure, maybe Instagram, but definitely TikTok on Saturday night. So I want to keep it a bit more closed in tonight for this semi-final allocation drop. So if you've just joined me, thank you so much for joining me. If you've been here from the start, it's been great to have you here as I've been looking at and watching with you all the semi-final 1 and 2 allocation draw. Only 25% televoting for Spain. Interesting. That is so interesting. Maybe not a bad idea. So I would say that semi-final 1 is looking like the strongest semi-final in Bindong Fest. I would say it's on very late, isn't it? It's on till 11:30 GMT, 12:30 AM Central European Time. Oh yes, so the voting is 50% jury, 25% demoscopic, and then demoscopic jury that is, and then 25% televoting. The odds on Benidorm Fest have Sofia, Nebulosa, Angie Fernandez and Lyrica all qualifying to the final. I quite like no one as well actually, but as we've seen time and time again, these betting odds don't really mean that much, because Erica Cody, for example, in an Irish sort of perspective, was miles ahead on the day of Eurosong 2024 and came fourth in the end. So I always take those polls and betting odds with a pinch of salt. Kaja's saying, I hope Angie will win. No national final will ever be better than, be later than San Remo. I know it's so late, isn't it? I suppose because they do so much talking, isn't it? Oh, Gail McClelland. Going to grab a bite before Benidorm and maybe a snooze. Love from Derry. Thanks for being here the first time ever. It's great to have you here. I've loved having you here as well, Gail. And enjoy Benidorm Fest. As I said at the start, on throughout, we will be going live again on Saturday for sure. Not sure of the format of that or when that's going to happen, how often we're going to go live, but we're definitely going to go live for the entirety of Benidorm Fest. Potentially go live throughout the day because obviously we have 3 other national finals happening on Saturday. Ukraine is the first one because that's quite earlier on in the day, but we will see. I'll let you know in good time. Let's see. But semi-final 2 would be more surprising, to be honest, than semi-final 1, despite the weaker. There's always a surprise, isn't there? Thank God the boy band didn't win. Oh, we love Next in Line. Stop it. That international jury had me worried. Do you know what? We absolutely love Next in Line. And we were so excited to see their future, or we hope to be there and see the bright things that are ahead for those lads. Every one of them are so respectful, so friendly, and altogether nice lads. And I personally really liked the song. I really did. But yeah, we have Bambi Thug. Ireland has Bambi Thug, and I know most people are very excited for that. So, you have been doing this, but let me know your thoughts. Keep telling me your thoughts on semi-final draw. We love Next in Line, but not for Eurovision. Some people are saying that. Was hoping for Go Tobin. Had it on repeat. Yeah, brilliant song on the track. And, speaking to the guys afterwards, they said they wouldn't change anything about the performance. We also love Elsha. And she might return one time again. You never know, Gail. You never know. What do you think of Bambi Thug, by the way, Gail? Go Tobin was my favourite song, but the staging ruined it for me. I think other people were saying something very similar to you. This is meant to be for my badminton, but that's all that's left. Yeah. By the way, in case you're wondering what this is from a gift that we all received. We got one in the everybody in the audience got a gift. Late Show. Who's your favourite from Lithuania? Oh, that's a good question. Give me a second till I see or familiarise myself again. Let's see. So far, I really like Kaboom. I think that's really cool. And Sylvester Belt, I really like that as well. What about you? You're enjoying Bobby Thug. Hoping Maria Palais does well in Benidorm's semi-final too. Yeah. I think the first semi-final in Benidorm Fest seems to be the tougher one. What is it about like the first semi-finals that seem to be quite tough? Last year people were saying the same, weren't they? That semi-final 1 was very difficult because obviously we had Finland, we had Sweden all in the same semi-final. Israel, no big favourite last year, they were in the same semi-final. What is it about semi-final 1? Doomsday Blue isn't my cup of tea, however, the visuals and performance amazing. Who did you have as your favourite, Nathan? Just out of interest. Also still waiting for the UK song. Yeah, Ollie Alexander and the team have said it's going to be in March. They haven't said the date in March, but we were saying that we found out that the UK, the BBC, the team, Lee Smithhurst and gang want to see what's happening around Europe. So they want Ollie's song revealed to be kind of the only thing that's going to happen on that day. So very, very, very tactical and very, very clever. And the UK is definitely going for a win, aren't they? That's so interesting, Lily Catherine. Semi 1 on paper is the tougher one, but Semi 2 has one more loser who won't make it, but more countries with a poorer record. Yeah. 2018 semi-final 1 was one of the most competitive ever. Oh God, I can remember. Wow. Just remembering 2018 there as you say that, Adam. Great year. Great year. I would have had a different song winning, probably Germany that year actually. That was amazing. My own personal favourite was Next in Line. However, I voted how I felt was going to give us the best chance. It was Go Tubman until I heard the way she sang in the chorus. I voted Bambi Thug. Interesting. That's actually a bit like us last year, because up until the national final in 2023, we had thought we were going to vote for what do you call her? What's her name? Forgot her name now. From Ireland last year. Why have I forgotten her name? Anyway, Midnight Summer. Connolly. It's come to me. Connolly. So we thought we were going to vote Connolly the whole way through until the live performance. And on the night, it had to be said, on the night, thanks to Henry, I got it in the end. A bit of a freeze there. So Connolly didn't perform as well, I thought, on the night. And in the end, we voted for Wild Youth because on the night they did perform, we thought, better. So that's the thing, doesn't it? It happens in Eurovision too. You think you've got all these favourites before the contest and you are sure and confident that you're going to vote for them, and then you don't, because then you hear them. I still listen to that. Yeah, I do like the track, the way it was kind of enhanced for the national final. I still wish she had went. I think an experience for her might have shown itself. I heard a rumour about Danny Minogue for Australia and Malmo. Yes, I was saying that, Adam. I'm not sure if you heard me say that before or not, but whenever I was writing Australia down, whenever they were drawn, there is some rumours about Danny Minogue, but I think it's more about Dami Aim. I really liked Aji, and I'm loving We Are One. I can't stop listening to both songs. Aji is a great song. Had a great song on track yet again. It's funny. Aji was sharing with us his memories from last year as well. So he was obviously, if you performed in the national final, you will remember it, won't you, for years and years and years to come. Now, what I will ask again, I'll be putting this out on the Facebook group actually, but if anyone of you amazing people would like to be part of the Eurovision 365 fan panel, this is where we're going to meet weekly, starting maybe the next couple of weeks, meet weekly and discuss all things Eurovision, what's happening around Europe, just our thoughts, our feelings, nothing serious, nothing stressful, just a bit of fun, group of us chatting, and once can come in and out and in and out. And if you'd like to be a part of that, please send me an email for more information. I just put that in here. So if you'd like to be a part of that, let me know. Edward, welcome. Vote for Malta. Goodness, you're not too slow out of the tracks this time. Vote for Malta. Vote for Malta. Slay from Lithuania. Australia, we love you. The fan panel sounds interesting. Send me an email if you're interested. We love all countries. Of course we do. Until they knock us out of the semi-finals. I'd like to join Eurovision 365, the fan panel. Lisa, send me an email at that email address below and I'll send you more details. Henry says, what were your thoughts on the Luxembourg final results? I really loved Creek song. I would have been my number one. I think the Creek song was really good. Very Bond-esque for me. I think the Luxembourg national final itself was absolutely amazing. I loved everything about it. There's like a lot of nostalgia thrown in with the modern. The stage was great. The atmosphere in the arena seemed fantastic. There's a real international feel to it. And the presenters were really good. When I was watching Creek, I didn't love it, if that makes sense. I thought it was good, but I didn't love it. And I think that's probably the sort of unfortunate thing with Creek. As for the song that's going for Luxembourg, for me it's middle of the road. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of love and support thrown at and shown towards Luxembourg, rightly so. But, you know, it might be one's hearts ruling one's heads, shall we say. But it's great to have them back. I hope they're here to stay. No long breaks anymore, please, Luxembourg. But I was maybe hoping for a better song. The one they have is okay, but it's kind of in the middle of the road. Malta semi-final 2. Malta's in a good. Was a good. They've got good chance. Henry, like a mini Eurovision. Yeah, Luxembourg, absolutely. Malta for the final, please. Do you think Israel will actually end up competing? There's nothing to say that they won't. The ABU have said that they will. SVT have said that they will because the ABU has said that they will. The SVT are following the guidance of the European Broadcasting Union. And in fact, earlier on, the European Broadcasting Union reference group had agreed that Israel would perform in the second half of the second semi-final as per the request of their broadcaster. So yes, I think they will. Edward, I feel your pain. Ireland hasn't been in the Eurovision final since 2018. Spare a thought for Ireland. Poor LCB will never get to Eurovision. She wrote Crick's song. I know, that's the thing. I mean, the song was good, very Bond-esque for me. The staging was very pretty as well. Probably for me the best staging of it, but it reminded me of a lot of our songs. Reminded me a little bit of Rise Like a Phoenix. Just the staging, obviously it wasn't the fire and all, but just the feel of it. It felt like we'd been here before. LCBA writes great songs, absolutely, but they're too middling in my opinion. Lisa, I just got your email there. This will just be a panel discussion recorded, and it'll be like 30 minutes every other week. There'll be lots of different people joining us, so it won't be the same people every week. It'll be a mix of different fans from all across Europe, I'm hoping. So that's what I'm hoping for. Do you think Malta should be in the final this year? It depends what song they have, Edward. If they have a great song, yes. If they don't, well, we'll see. Catalina Solomac for Moldova, pleased with Fever. I think I'm just a sucker for female ballads. Well, you know what? It's okay. You can be a sucker for female ballads if you want. That is totally welcome here. Edward, who do you want to represent Malta? No problem, Lisa. I've got your email. Thank you so much. I will send you a reply ASAP. So one final time, my friends. Here is the running order for Eurovision 2024. Not the running order, the allocation draw. The semi-final one. The first half has Croatia, Cyprus, Ireland, Lithuania, Poland, Serbia and Ukraine. The second half has Australia, Azerbaijan, Finland, Iceland, Luxembourg, Moldova, Portugal, Slovenia. The second semi-final in the first half has Albania, Armenia, Austria, Czechia, Denmark, Greece, Malta and Switzerland. In the second half we see Belgium, Estonia, Georgia, Israel, Latvia, Netherlands, Norway and San Marino. Voting in the semi-final one, as well as the countries that are taking part, we have Sweden, United Kingdom and Germany. Voting in semi-final 2, as well as the countries participating, we have Spain, Italy and France. 15 songs in the first semi-final and 16 in the second. Thanks, Adam, no problem. So, you like banana? I think Malta are on paper, literal paper that I have here, Malta in that mix looks like a good bet. Netherlands and Belgium in the same semi-final is interesting for me as well. I find that very interesting. Norway's one to watch, I think. Norway is definitely one to watch in semi-final 2 as well. But we will wait and see. Last time Sweden hosted in 2016, they were the only Nordic nation in the final, and that's correct. Greta Salome came with big hopes, didn't she? With Hear Them Calling, didn't qualify. Norway didn't qualify. Obviously, Denmark didn't qualify. So, yeah, could history repeat itself? If it does, that bodes well for Ukraine. It's not Ukraine, for Ireland, and indeed Denmark. The last time Sweden hosted in the final was Belgium, Czechia, Netherlands, Azerbaijan, Hungary. They'll not be there this time. Italy, Israel, Bulgaria, they'll not be there either. Sweden, Germany, France, Poland, Australia, Cyprus, Serbia, Lithuania, Croatia, Russia, they'll not be there either. Spain, Latvia, Ukraine, Malta, Georgia won't be there. Austria, United Kingdom and Armenia. And the last time that Malmo hosted, just want to check this, in the final in 2013, of course. The countries that got to the final, as well as the Big Five and host country, were Lithuania, Moldova, Finland, Belgium, Estonia, Belarus, Malta, Russia, Germany, Armenia, Netherlands, Romania, Sweden, Hungary, Denmark, Iceland, Azerbaijan, Greece, Ukraine, Italy, Norway, Georgia and Ireland. Will history repeat itself? Time will tell. Hello Jay, you're very, very welcome here. The United Kingdom will be voting in semi-final 1. That may have been already answered for you, but yes. Spare me a thought if Kano doesn't win. I'll be very heartbroken. But yes, I'm sure you will. But guess what? If my AI goes for Norway, I think good things will happen. I feel like if we send someone like Finland last year, we could be in the final. No, 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 no. Do not repeat the same mistakes of other countries. A song that's done well one year isn't always likely to do well the next year. So many countries have tried that and failed. That will be good for Ireland, I think. Yeah, I would tend to agree with you, Jay. Also voting in semi-final 1, Jay, is, along with the United Kingdom, is Germany and Sweden. And as I was saying before, Lord of the Lost, who of course represented Germany last year, have totally endorsed and got behind Bambi Thug. So it bodes well. And also, if Finland is in the same semi-final, I can imagine the Finns going for that type of song, maybe Poles as well. So yeah, I'm really confident. I'm really confident for Ireland this year. It's the most confident I've been for us since 2013. So time will tell, my friends. But you know what? I've been broadcasting now almost 2 hours, and I have to go out now and go and play badminton before I come back later on for Benidorm Fest. I'm going to switch off for now. If you've been joining me the whole time throughout, thank you so much. If you want to be a part of that, if you want to be a part of the Eurovision 365 fan panel, this is the email. If you want more information, I'm just going to put it one more time. ascdebate@outlook.com. Send me a little message and I shall give you more information. Sorry, Podrick. No, don't be sorry. I missed a lot. Work got busy. Really happy with the result for Ireland. Yeah, I think it bodes well. I feel like no one will understand anything. Right, my friends, I'm going to have to go now. Please join me if you can on Saturday. There will be a live broadcast at different times throughout the day, for sure. Definitely going live for the entirety of Benidorm Fest. So please keep me company then, and it should be fun. Also, between now and then, there also will be more things coming on the channel. Subscribe if you can, if you're not already. That would be awesome. During the week, there will be an interview coming up very soon of one of the favourites to win their national selection. So that would be interesting. That hasn't happened yet, so I'm very excited for it. But yeah, listen everybody, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a blast. Eurovision 2024 is getting ever closer, and it's getting very exciting, isn't it? But listen, my friends, thanks so much for joining me. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. But until then, yeah, take care. Bye-bye.